I still can't sleep. How can you rest so easy with Oscar nominations coming out so soon? What are you doing in the Best Picture race? Relying on the DGA nominations? Sure. Look back over the past 5 years, and 24 of their movies nominated for Best Director went on to be nominated for Best Picture at the Oscars, sure. But you know what? Go back 6 years, and all they got were 3 out of 5 right. Memento and Black Hawk Down didn't carry over. And you're probably thinking, most of my predictions are lining up with the Producer's Guild too. I have nothing to worry about. Sure, in the past 4 years, 4 out of 5 of the PGA nominees went on to be nominated for Best Picture. But you know what? You got to go all the way back to 1993 and 1994 before you find a perfect match and line up a 5 for 5. Some of those years in between are really out of whack. Okay, so you're probably thinking, well, look, most of my predictions are lining up with both PGA and DGA. And in fact, this year, 4 of the 5 films do match. There Will Be Blood, No Country for Old Men, Diving Bell and the Butterfly, and Michael Clayton. Well, you know what? So was Dreamgirls last year, and look what happened to that at the Best Picture race at the Oscars. Poof! It was a nightmare. And while we're on the subject, smarty pants, consider this. Films that were nominated at the Oscars for Best Picture, like Letters for Iwo Jima, Elizabeth, In the Bedroom, they were nominated by neither the PGA or the DGA. And while we're on the subject, they weren't nominated for the WGA either. And that really makes you ponder, because consider this. How can a movie be nominated for Best Picture at the Oscars if the writers, the directors, and the producers in those guilds are not behind them? It kind of makes you wonder if Harvey Weinstein's not right about those steak eaters, as he calls them. Those guys in the sound and the editing and the cinematography branches, group them together, and they make up arguably the largest demographic of Oscar voters. So let's look at the steak eaters this year. We have the nominations out for the ACE Awards, the ACE Eddies. That's the Cinema Editor Award. And in the past 15 years, 11 of their winners went on to win Best Picture. A lot of Oscarologists think that's the key, that editing award in Best Picture. But you know what? Back in 1999, for example, their winners, they have 2 every year, The Matrix and Being John Malkovich, neither one of them was nominated for Best Picture at the Oscars. So you know what? It doesn't always line up either. However, it's interesting to note this year that at the Ace Eddies, neither Atonement nor American Gangster are nominated. Pass the steak one sauce, boys, and let's chew on that. Hey, speaking of Atonement, that just won Best Picture at the Golden Globes. And we know that for the most part at the Oscars, the movies that win Best Picture there, 2/3 of them have previously won at the Globes. Well, come on, at least the movies that win the Golden Globes, and they have 2 of them, of course, in drama and in comedy/musical, they at least get nominated at the Oscars, right? Well, at least in one case, in 1955, they didn't. That was East of Eden and Guys and Dolls. So that means this year, if it happens again, Atonement and that other Best Picture winner at the Globes could both be snubbed? Sweeney Todd? No! Okay, I admit it. Sweeney Todd's in a lot of trouble. Screen Actors Guild didn't even nominate Johnny Depp. They love Johnny. They gave him the award for Best Actor for Pirates of the Caribbean a few years ago. Well, you know what? Speaking of SAG, a lot of people say that ensemble award they have, that's really the best secret indicator of Best Picture at the Oscars. Oh, yeah? Look at the nominees this year. No Country for Old Men, okay. Into the Wild, Hairspray, Gangster, 3:10 to Yuma. If that's the Best Picture lineup on Tuesday morning, I'll run out this front door of mine and tell the world Sweeney Todd is the worst movie in the world. And that ain't gonna happen. Okay, you want to know what a real indicator the SAG Ensemble Award is? In the past 12 years, it has predicted Best Picture at the Oscars, you know how many times? 5. That's all. So bye-bye to that whole myth of SAG Ensemble equals Best Picture at the Oscars. Phooey. So let's go back to Atonement for a second here. This is the movie that leads with the most BAFTA nominations. And you know what? Sometimes BAFTA lines up pretty well with the Oscars. Some people say that there are as many as 400 to 800 members shared between both voting organizations, by the way. At BAFTA, last year, 4 of the 5 nominees for Best Picture lined up, and of course Best Actor and Best Actress, Forest Whitaker and Helen Mirren. But this year, only 3 of the 5 could possibly be nominated for Best Picture, and one of them is really dubious in terms of American Gangster. You know what? When you look back historically, they didn't even nominate Best Picture winner Million Dollar Baby, and they missed the boat on some Best Picture nominees like Letters from Iwo Jima, Seabiscuit, and Munich. So, I don't know how jolly good that award is as an indicator. Take that, Britannia! So what's the bottom line? We don't know what's going to be nominated for Best Picture Tuesday morning. All we know could be The Great Debaters, Ratatouille, Hairspray, Zodiac, and, Sweeney Todd. Hey, a fan can dream, Candy. That's what the Oscars are all about. Get out of here. I got some dreaming to do.